I wonder what we'll find out there this time.
Most likely Zoogles, I would reckon.
I mean, other than them.
Let's see what you've got.
Flame of fury!
In a vine? I'll face you.
Eat dirt! Burn! Looks like we gathered all the materials Torben requested.
Shall we then?
Huh? Got it.
Okay.
Yeah. Torben really gave me a lot of courage.
Right? Some people like him actually try to understand mages. And I think a lot of that is thanks to your efforts, Rinwell.
I hope someday everyone has a proper understanding of magic.
Can I ask you something?
Of course. Ask us anything.
What I am. It doesn't bother you at all?
What, the thing about your parents? I mean, sure, it was a little surprising, but we're not really ones to talk when it comes to being unusual.
He's right. We are a rather strange group, all things told.
Exactly. For example, I'm Dahnan. But I'm also part of a mage clan that can use astral arts.
Dohalim here is a Renan Lord who prefers poetry over power.
So, is that why you're with the Blazing Sword? With Alphen? Because you're different from others?
I suppose I appreciate how he embraces our eclectic natures. But that is not the only reason. We all have our differences, big or small. The question is, how we look at those differences.
What about Alphen and Shion?
In terms of different, those two are in a class all of their own. They're especially unique. But in the end, we see each other as fellow human beings. And when it comes down to it, all our differences are insignificant compared to that.
In other words, the way we see it, you're really not that different from the rest of us, Nazamil. So I'm sure we can be friends.
Friends? Yeah.
That's not your run-of-the-mill enemy. Here it is. Dahnan was right.
This is a mausoleum?
Yeah, that's what we call them. They were originally built on Rena.
And now they're here. Since Dana and Rena fused together a year ago, most of them are underground. But sometimes you can find one above the surface, like this.
We got back together so we could deal with them.
We don't know what kind of machines or Zoogles might be inside. Make sure you stay close to us.
Okay, got it.
It doesn't look like anyone's gone up ahead.
Then let's go. Stay close to us, Nazamil.
Walking together like this, it's like we're back in the old days.
The old days? It's only been a year.
But after the battle with the Great Spirit, so many things have happened. A lot has changed. Great Spirit. Is it true it's the collective will that manifests from all the astral energy within a world?
Yes. Rena's Great Spirit manifested a will of its own and engineered the conflict between Dana and Rena. Together, we fought it 1 year ago.
In the end, Alphen's power defeated the Great Spirit. allowing its astral energy to finally become one with Dana's. And now, with the Great Spirit no longer influencing the Renan people, our two cultures finally have a chance to unite as well.
So all of that is something that the Blazing Sword... that Alphen did? He's the reason the world is the way it is now?
I mean, he's the one who did it, but it's more like it's this way because it was always supposed to be. The problem is, instead of seeing this as a new world, both Dahnans and Renans think that Dahna just absorbed Rena into itself.
I mean, that is what it looks like, so I get the confusion. Rena disappears, then there's all these Renan buildings popping up everywhere, hollowing, and that sky.
It's a difficult situation. The Renans lost their home when Lenegus collapsed, and the Dahnans feel like they're being invaded by all the resulting refugees. Most Renans are currently living in Pelagian, but there are some who have traveled outside Ganath Haros to settle in other regions and Dahnan cities. In some cases, like in Niez, accepting them in has resulted in tensions. And then the mausoleums are a problem as well.
Guess the only thing that hasn't changed is the wandering Zeugles.
Even Zeugles aren't the same. They're more violent than before, probably due to the merging of the worlds.
As you can see, we still have a lot of issues to deal with, but we're trying to solve them as best we can.
I see.
It's kind of hard to walk when things are all slanted like this.
This whole section seems to be tilted, though it's not clear if it's because of the planetary convergence or if it was damaged from the start.
It's only this room. It'll be tough if it's like this the whole way.
Don't wander off ahead of the group, Nazamil.
Right. I got it.
I guess she's not scared. And here I thought that Zeugle in the outer mausoleum was pretty rare.
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
In a sense, it is fortunate this place cannot be destroyed using our current technology.
Indeed. Considering the amount of advanced technology within these mausoleums, many would want a piece of it for themselves.
I'm still not used to these Helganquil structures. Helganquil?
Yes, the true natives of the planet Rena. The ones who built all this.
You know, Nazamil sure is fearless.
Now that you mention it, she is, isn't she? Maybe she's stronger than she looks.
Can I ask you something?
You don't have to ask that every time. What is it?
What kind of place is this mausoleum?
Well, it seems like it was originally supposed to help delay the collapse of Rena by controlling astral energy. But it's still operating, and that's not good.
Astral energy in this world is now composed of 6 elements, after Rena and Dahna became one.
Just like it was supposed to be from the very beginning.
But before they merged, Dahna had only 5 elements. Currently, the balance of energy is still shifting to achieve equilibrium. We believe these mausoleums are interfering with the flow of astral energy, preventing that balance. So we decided it's better to disable them.
So having 6 elements is normal?
Right. But something went wrong a long time ago, and they were divided. Rena got all the dark astral energy, and Dahna got the light.
When I was small, my father told me that I have all 6 elements, so it was my duty to master them.
Undoubtedly, it's due to you having both Renan and Dahnan blood. In a way, you're a herald of a new era. Is something wrong?
No. For a moment, I was just worried you were going to say something like, "What a fascinating specimen." Sorry.
Ah. And here I thought I was getting better at reading the room.
Anyway, this new world of ours needs all 6 elements in proper balance. So we're shutting down the mausoleums to help that happen.
So 6 elements are part of a new era. I never thought of it like that before.
Renan and Dahnan. All 6 elements. Nazamil contains everything of this world inside her.
Now that our worlds have become one, it might not be such a rare thing in the future.
It is certainly possible. Perhaps someday those of us with only 5 elements will be seen as the old generation.
What a strange place. It's unlike any Renan or Dahnan structures I've seen before. Are they all like this?
We've seen a few of them, and I'd say they're mostly like this, yes.
Do you know a lot about architecture, Nazamil?
No. Was that an odd thing to ask?
Not at all. It just means you're perceptive.
You're alert and paying attention to your surroundings. That's a good thing.
Yeah, and being curious is how you learn things. Speaking of which, I'm very curious about you.
Because I'm different?
Because you're interesting. And I want to get to know you, Nazamil.
You... do?
We all do. Personally, I look forward to hearing more of what you have to say.
I'll try to think of something.
No complaints from me.
Having everyone together like this makes me feel like we're back in the old days.
The old days? It hasn't been that long, has it? Although I'm glad to hear that what you consider the old days is the present day here with us.
You look like you're having a hard time.
I'm a little out of shape. I haven't left the library much recently.
I feel like there's something really important on the other side of that door.
How do you know that?
It's just something you sort of pick up. The design of the door, I guess?
In other words, it's nothing more than a hunch. Hear me, flame of fury!
Of course! I'm always doing well.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Hear me, flame of fury!
Elusive deity!
As usual, it's full of machines that do who knows what.
They're productions of foreign technology, every one of them. Trying to divine their purpose would be a fool's errand.
I'd recommend against touching them, Nazamil. Nazamil?
A crest?
Nazamil, is that?
No, it's not what you think.
She vanished! Nazamil! Wait! Nazamil! Where are you?
A crest appears, then she disappears. Just who the hell is she?
We can discuss that later. First, we need to find her.
It certainly wasn't the most meaningful battle.
Just think of it as one step closer to our next meal.
Huh. Yes, that's very positive of you.
About Nazamil's crest, do you think it's...
Yeah. It looks similar to the Sovereign and Maiden crests.
Her parentage alone wouldn't be enough to explain this. You don't think she's also...
That's no ordinary enemy I see over there.
Hear me, flame of doom!
Sword Rain Alpha! This one's mine!
Try this on for size!
One more!
Eat dirt!
That'll bring you down!
That was tougher than I expected.
We could also view this struggle as meaning there is still room for growth.
You're right. We'll just have to turn our frustration into strength.
Another door.
It'd be nice to find Nazamil on the other side.
I hope she's safe. This door won't open.
If you can't open it, then I doubt Nazamil went through.
Good point. Let's turn back.
This place is rather gloomy.
Why don't you lighten the mood for us while we're here then?
I'll see what I can do.
Nazamil!
Helganquil.
It's all right. They haven't woken. These are the Helganquil, the true people of Rena. They're sometimes discovered like this. I suppose that's why these places are called mausoleums.
Why did you run off? It's dangerous to be in here all by yourself.
Careful! Something's coming!
Well, guess we aren't getting out of this one.
No one appreciates a rude awakening.
Don't you think this ruckus is way more of a nuisance?
Incineration wave!
Here goes! Don't mind if I do. Fury burning strike! Searing tempest! Enchanted will! Flare tornado!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Hear me! Flame of fury burning strike!
No further!
Double Demon Fang!
Be careful! Something's coming!
Nazamil, get back!
Sorry for troubling you.
You do the same for me. That'll bring you down!
You're mine!
Burning strike!
Xion, you okay? Maybe I'll
Keep
rest through
going!
this.
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
It stopped. I think that should be the last of them.
Nazamil. Please don't run off again. That crest earlier. Was that?
Was that why you ran? Because you were afraid?
I hate this. I hate everything about it. Because I'm not a Renan. I'm not a Dahnan. Everyone has always said that I'm not normal. And now I've been taken to this weird place. And my body's become even more unnatural. Next you'll all probably toss me aside. I know that everyone hates me. People always have. Even my own father hates me. Everyone! I'm different from everyone! I just don't fit in anywhere!
Nazamil!
But that's...
The power I didn't ask for. One that was forced upon me. I've lost so much because of it. Just like you. But even so, I have friends who accept me. And one thing I'm certain of, they'll accept you too. If you want them to.
But
You are an aberration. As you are now, you're a worthless child. If you don't like it, try being of use for once.
Let's go back. Nazamil.
I told you, didn't I? When it comes to this group, we're all just a bunch of oddballs.
Before we leave, let's finish what we came here to do.
What's that?
Sealing the door to this room. There. That should do it.
What did you do?
We disabled the main function so no one else can enter. We wouldn't want any miscreants getting in and causing mischief.
What about the Helganquil?
They will continue to sleep safely. We only disable the functions of the mausoleum itself.
Do you guys always do stuff like this?
When we find mausoleums, yeah?
There should be a facility somewhere that oversees all the mausoleums, though.
Until we can locate it, this is what we have to do.
Xion and I are capable of sealing the mausoleums. The problem is, they tend to be nothing but Zeugles inside and out.
Besides, considering the current state of the world, it's too soon to get other people involved, or to let word of the mausoleum spread too far.
That's why every time a mausoleum is found, we all gather and take care of it on our own.
Yup. And I'll take any excuse to get everyone back together again.
I see.
We're all done here, so let's head back to Niez and report to Bayfon.
So you and Xion are the only ones who can seal the mausoleums?
Yes, but it's also our way of setting things right.
After all, we're somewhat responsible for the worlds converging in the first place.
By the way, Alphen, what happened to your Sovereign outfit? That's some high-class gear, isn't it?
It's at docks with Xion's outfit. It, stands out too much.
I admit, I fail to see how your current attire does so any less. Is it difficult to be seen as a hero?
I don't like being called the Blazing Sword.
Really?
Yeah. Dahnans and Renans make all kinds of assumptions just from that name. It doesn't feel good to be judged by people I've never even met.
Yeah.
Although I do admit it's a contradiction for me to say that while carrying around the very sword that gave me that name.
Perhaps. However, we need the sword to accomplish our current task. That's why you restored it with the Sovereign's powers, correct?
You're right. It was necessary. They might say something to you again in ES, but we won't be staying long, so hang in there just for a little bit, okay?
I'll be fine. You don't need to worry.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
So, Alphen, how many of these mausoleums do you think we've sealed up so far?
Oh, I've lost track. We've been all over the world by now.
This journey's grown longer than I expected.
Say, Shion, are you getting tired?
No, I'm fine. Why? Do I look tired? Have my clothes gotten a bit messy? Oh, or my hair. Or maybe I have bags under my eyes.
No, not at all. You're just as battle ready as ever. What I'm trying to say is, you're not forcing yourself to do this, are you?
What do you mean?
Just that maybe you'd rather live a calm life somewhere, you know? Away from fighting, where you can wear whatever you like.
Alphen, it sounds to me like you're misunderstanding something. I'm not forcing myself to do anything, okay? We're the only ones who can seal the mausoleums, right? I'm doing this because I want to. After all, I could hardly live in peace knowing the world's still in trouble. And these clothes, I wear them because I like them. I chose all of this for myself. This whole journey we're on, I want to be on it with you. To travel with you. That's why even now,
Well, that's good then. Sorry for the strange question.
Okay then. I guess that's the end of that. Come on, let's go, Alphen.
Right. Let's go, Shion.
Use this to cook something? Yes, I might be able to create a new dish with this. Do you want to see what it tastes like?
Sounds like you want to see what it tastes like.
That is a rather inconsiderate thing to say.
But it's true, isn't it?
I'd say it's more foolhardy than inconsiderate.
Well, seriously? Then again, you might have a point.
Looks like they're enjoying themselves.
What a nice breeze. I bet laundry would dry in a jiffy.
For sure. To be honest, I never really liked how windy it is here, but if I think of it as drying people's laundry, it's a little easier to see it in a positive light.
Indeed. Kisara has always had a knack for finding the positive, even in everyday things.
I was just sharing a thought I had. That's all.
Is something wrong?
No, I was just remembering the last time we came through here.
When we were hunting for Almadria?
Right. So many terrible things have happened to Niez since then. Sometimes it's overwhelming, you know?
Hey, if you ever need to talk, I'd be happy to listen anytime. Same goes for all of us.
Yeah, I know. That's why I think I'll be okay.
Kisara, you're in charge of dinner tonight, right? Have you decided what we're having?
Not yet. I have plenty of ingredients, but nothing jumps out at me as a good main. Oh, do you have any requests, Nazamil?
Request?
Yes. What would you like? I can make just about anything.
I'm just happy to be able to eat.
Right, I remember you saying something like that. I guess you've never been in a position to be picky.
Is it normal for people to have certain foods that they like?
Well, I don't know about whether it's normal or not, but personally, I love anything sweet. Lately, I'm really into Gladys's donuts.
What have I liked lately? Oh, the fish crackers I received from the Service Corps were delicious.
It's been a while now, but I remember we made pancakes together once. I still make them for myself sometimes.
What is it? Do pancakes sound good?
No, it's not that. I just remembered something. That meal from before, the one I had with all of you, that was the best meal I've ever had.
Oh yeah! That was good, wasn't it?
It really was. But you know, Nazamil, any kind of food tastes good if you make it and eat it with the people you're close to. Anything? Really?
Sure. In fact, why don't we put that to the test? How about we all cook together today?
That sounds like a great idea! We can cook together and eat together! Your list of foods you like is gonna grow way longer, Nazamil!
Yeah, that would be nice.
I must admit, I'm rather proud of this dish.
Days like this are made for fishing.
Days like this are rather loud.
Nazamil, there's something I need to apologize for.
Apologize to me? Why?
It's probably my fault that you were a test subject at Lenegis.
Alphen, wait a second. What do you mean?
The ones who experimented on the two of you did so for their own purposes.
Dohalim.
I understand how you feel, but there's no need to phrase things in such a misleading manner.
Can you please explain? I want to know.
It all started a long time ago, because Rena's great spirit wanted to absorb Dahna's astral energy. Lenegis was created for that purpose, and the Sovereign was one of its parts.
Alphen escaped, but the great spirit needed a replacement to achieve its plan.
So they took me?
Yes, a lot of people were experimented on. You were one of them.
Your crest was incomplete. Perhaps your modifications were not completely finished.
Because of Volron. Because he was completed first.
1 year ago, we may have met Nazamil in a different manner. I don't know why they let you go, but we can thank that for allowing us to encounter one another.
And you, Xion? Mine was inherited. It was one of my ancestors who underwent modification.
So in a way, you being taken was a result of my actions. I'm sorry, Nazamil.
It's okay. You don't have to be. You didn't wish for it. And I'm no different from you. Besides, I didn't lose anything by being a test subject. And more than that, it makes me happy to know that there are other people like me.
Nazamil.
Bayfon should be in the Dark Wings headquarters.
Looks like you took care of everything. As impressive as ever.
Any updates on the situation in town?
Yeah, but nothing good. There's no end to the people looking to stir up trouble here. Both Dahnans and Renans alike. Yeah, to be honest, sometimes I wonder if taking in those Renan refugees was the right... No, you can't go thinking like that.
Regardless of the difficulties, I want to believe that your decision to not turn the Renans away was the correct one.
I want to as well. But at any rate, Nazamil shouldn't stay here. It isn't safe for her. Not that it's her fault, but... Sorry, Nazamil.
It's fine, don't worry.
Thanks, Bayfon. All right, everyone. Let's head to Vicent. Please don't blame Bayfon.
Yeah. Him accepting Renans at all is pretty amazing. I doubt that's very consoling, though.
It's okay. I'm used to it.
We've arrived. This is Vicint, where Dahnans and Renans live as equals.
Equals? Even me?
Yes. I personally guarantee it.
I know it's hard to believe after Nies. We felt the same way when we first arrived.
It may do you some good to observe the city while we're on our way to visit Droshin.
Who's that?
He looks after everyone who just moved here. He'll help with all the procedures you need to go through.
You might as well check the place out. You can decide whether to live here after that.
Okay.
Is it your first time in Vicint, Nazamil?
Yes. I always tried to avoid getting too close to cities.
Then how'd you end up in Nies?
I happened to be nearby when the worlds merged. I didn't know what was happening, so I fled there for shelter.
Okay! Who's gonna be it next?
No astral arts allowed!
Hey! I'm no cheater!
Does it strike you as odd for Renan and Dahnan children to play together? I'm not sure. I never played with kids my age, but I could tell that those children don't care who's Renan and who's Dahnan.
Servitor, what do we stand for? 1. Our ideal of coexistence. 2. Being the citizen's shield. 3. Protecting the dream we all share.
And that's what he said. Can you believe that? It's true. This really is a masterpiece.
How come you're able to live together?
Huh? Why wouldn't we?
Because Renans and Dahnans are so different.
Well, we do have our differences. I can use astral arts, for example, while he, as a Dahnan, cannot. But my friend here can move much faster than me, and he has a splendid singing voice.
Well, your sculptures are beautiful enough to adorn the palace.
There's more to appreciate in our differences than find fault in.
Plus, differences in our individual abilities mean little in the course of day-to-day life.
I don't understand.
Well, we certainly take a different approach around here. I could see it being confusing if you're not used to it.
It looks to me like you're friends with Lord Dohalim. Maybe you could talk to him as well. Lord Dohalim is the only reason we're able to live like this in the first place. It's all thanks to him.
Really?
That is what they say.
What do you think, Nazamil? Are you starting to see how things work around here?
I can see that Renans and Dahnans get along with each other, even if I still don't understand why. You know, Kisara, I've learned a lot traveling with you.
Oh? About what in particular?
Cooking. Getting to finally cook together again after so long has made me realize just how amazing a chef you really are. I need to take the opportunity to watch you at work again while I still have the chance.
Your cooking already has everyone coming back for seconds. I don't think there's anything left to teach you.
Oh, but there is. Not only do you season things perfectly every time, but your movements are so quick and precise. Compared to you, I'm just a novice. I hope you don't mind if I swipe a few of your techniques.
You've really gotten into cooking, huh, Xion?
Though, as usual, she still buys a ridiculous amount of ingredients.
There's no such thing as too many ingredients. And can you blame me for wanting to try out every new recipe we find?
I can relate. Trade between realms has flourished within this past year, and with it, the availability of exotic ingredients. It's the same in Vicint. The people there have been experimenting with food that incorporates a wider array of flavors.
You're telling me brand new gourmet cuisine is being invented all over the world? I want to try making and eating all of it.
Eating the food is one thing, but isn't it hard finding and learning a bunch of new recipes like that?
Yeah, you make a good point. In the past, Kisara has always been there to help me, but I'm not so sure it would be as easy on my own.
In that case, I'll put in the effort to learn some new recipes myself. That way I can teach you the next time we meet.
You will?
Of course. I'm not one to back down from a new cooking challenge. And besides, I really do appreciate your faith in me.
Why don't we all just go to Kisara's every once in a while? You teach the rest of us too, right?
Cooking classes with Kisara? I think I'd like to join in on that.
Very well. I'll take on all of you.
Are you gonna teach us? Or are you gonna fight us?
Could you see yourself living here?
Yeah. I think I'd feel safe here.
Good. Then all that's left is to meet with Droshin.
Lord Dohalim, and the rest of our heroes. If you'd given me more warning, I'd have prepared a better welcome.
That is not necessary. I no longer rule Menancia, after all.
More importantly, we have a request.
I'd be happy to do anything in my power, of course.
This is Nazamil. We'd like you to arrange for her to be able to live here.
Understood?
Aren't you going to ask if I'm Renan or Dahnan?
They'll ask during the formal procedures. Not that it matters much. There is one thing that matters, however. Whether or not you agree with this realm's ideals. Well, what do you say? Can you interact with those different from yourself without prejudice?
I'm not sure yet, but I think it's nice that the Renans and Dahnans here don't fight.
That's good enough for me. There is a screening process, but I'm sure you'll be fine. Recently, many Dahnans and Renans have tried to move here for our realm's abundance, yet they take issue with our principle of coexistence. That's why I'm more than prepared to defend our ideals. Oh, but I'm getting ahead of myself. A room at Autalina Palace will be provided until she has her official residence.
At the palace? Not at the inn?
It's a good way to make use of our many spacious rooms. The palace is now public property, after all. We'll show her the way there.
I appreciate that. Oh, by the way, Lagiel was wondering when you'd be coming back.
Lagiel? Understood. I'll go check on her later.
Don't Alphen and the others also live here?
Only Kisara and Rinwell at the moment. Alphen and Shion are always traveling.
Oh, I see.
What is it, Nazamil?
Nothing.
Kisara and Dohalim, living together in the palace, huh?
I myself am simply being provided a room.
By who? Kisara?
What did you just say?
Looks like someone needs our help.
Good grief, you're such a softie. Fine. Let's go ask them what they want.
You're pretty caring yourself when it comes down to it, Shion. Or maybe Alphen's rubbed off on you.
Well...
Oh, yeah? Great! Law?
Whoa!
Yes! A place where children can learn as much as they want. That's going to be indispensable in this new world.
That means there'll be more kids like Rinwell. But that's a good thing, right?
It's a super good thing. Let's get them everything they need.
Got your face stuck in a book as usual, huh? What kind of stuff do you read, anyway?
All sorts of things. Ancient accounts, histories. Just recently, I was reading a book about astral arts.
So what's the point? Does this, like, make your astral arts stronger?
No. I just read because I like to learn. Though, it is also helpful for my research.
Research?
Mm-hmm. For example, I'm looking into whether it's possible to combine Dahnan magic with Renan astral arts. I'm also interested in the mausoleums and Dana's past.
Okay. I'll admit, I'm not totally following. But, is there a purpose to this research? Like a goal?
A purpose? Well, I guess there is something I'd like to try someday. I want to try writing my own book, instead of just reading what others have written.
This is the first I'm hearing of it. What kind of book do you want to write?
I have several ideas I've been thinking about, but most of all, I'd like to write about Dahnan magic. Leave as much of my knowledge behind as possible, you know? And also, if there are any other Dahnans out there who can use magic, like me, maybe that book could help me find them.
Wow, you've really thought this through. You're amazing, you know that?
What's gotten into you? I'll have you know that flattery won't get you anywhere.
Law is correct. All the knowledge you've gained on Dahnan magecraft would be lost if not made manifest. That book would serve as a guiding light to scholars for generations to come.
You're gonna embarrass me if you keep talking like that. It's no big deal. I just like to study, that's all.
I know what you mean. Whether books or art, there is an indescribable, fragrant allure to those things that have traversed the ages.
Yeah, who doesn't like the smell of old books?
Yeah, totally! They do smell, yummy, don't they?
What? La, please don't eat my books.
What is there to do for fun in this palace when you want to kill some time?
I suppose you could read a book in the library.
Or compose a poem, perhaps. That can really make the hours fly by.
How about going to the courtyard? It'll be easier that way if someone comes calling.
So, you like that flower, huh?
The Rose of Unity. It's said to be a symbol of Rena and Dana becoming one. Is that why you like it?
It's a flower that's neither Renan nor Dahnan. I guess it reminds me of myself. And yet, it grows everywhere. How can you be so calm about everything, Alphen?
What? You mean about being the Sovereign?
When I was in Niez... No, not just then. In other places, too. I heard that the Blazing Sword is Rena's enemy. Its destroyer. Dahnans think so, too. They look at you differently. Like you're something apart from them. How can you be okay with all that?
It's not like I don't have feelings. Nazamil. Are you scared of me?
It's true that together we did overthrow Renan rule. But we didn't do so out of malice, or because we were trying to hurt people. Please believe that.
I do. From the very beginning, when we first met, both of you have tried to help me. The daughter of a lord, half Dahnan, a test subject. Finding out more about who I am didn't change anything in your eyes. You still protected me without prejudice. It was the first time I experienced that, and it was nice. So because of that, I wanted to say, thank you.
I should be the one thanking you.
Huh?
I didn't want anyone to get unfairly hurt. And when it seemed like they would, I vowed to use all my power to protect them. That's what I've been fighting for. So in the end, hearing your view on things makes it all feel worthwhile. Thank you.
Sure.
We can't always have our actions understood by others, even when we believe we're doing the right thing. What you said is very encouraging.
People tend to judge others based on birth or background rather than what they've actually done. Everyone has their own assumptions. Though the world has changed, people's hearts and minds don't change so easily. Even so,
What should I do? I want to help you, Alphen. I want to be useful. What should I do?
Oh. That's,
Hey, you guys! The room's ready!
right. Got it. Let's go. We can discuss this more later.
Okay.
Well, let's head to your room.
You can stay as long as you want, Nazamil. No one will bother you here.
Right.
It's a pretty over-the-top name for a flower when you stop and think about it.
I believe Dohalim is the one who came up with the name.
The flower appeared after the merging of the worlds. so I'd hoped it could serve as a symbol of reconciliation.
Until we find an official residence for you, this will be your home, Nazamil.
Guess this is where we say goodbye then. It won't be the same without you.
We'll be sure to stop by when we're in Vicent.
Okay.
Nazamil, we have something for you.
This is the charm from the ruins?
That's right. The good luck charm you give to someone special.
We all helped fix it up a little.
I know you said you don't have anyone special, but you're special to all of us. We thought this could be a reminder when you need it.
But Really?
Of course. Think of it as a sign of our friendship, and a promise that we'll meet again.
Basically, we're friends now.
Friends. My very own friends. Just like me.
It looks good on you.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon, Nazamil.
Okay.
I'm happy that things worked out for Nazamil.
Yeah, I'm glad there's a place like Vicent where she can feel safe.
Everything turned out all right.
Indeed. I suppose our meeting was serendipity.
Wasn't Legil that lady from the Gold Dust Cats?
She's a member of the Service Corps now, just like me. If she's looking for me, that means...
She's got a problem, huh? Huh.
Right. She's often near the inn. Let's check there first.
Kisara! I'm so glad you're back. We could use your help.
Something wrong, Legil?
Yeah, a Zoogle. It's been attacking Faria Ranch.
The ranch. That's quite a serious problem.
It is?
As you are already aware, the balance of the astral energy in each region has been equalizing ever since the merging of the twin worlds.
As a side effect, harvests in Menancia have been on the decline. That means any problems with food production can easily lead to crisis.
In other words, you're saying it's vital to protect the fields and the ranch, right?
Wait, what about the Service Corps? Isn't it their duty to take care of Zoogles?
Oh, we've tried. Many times. But somehow, each time we get overpowered. That's why I'm coming to you for help, Kisara.
Understood. Tell the Corps I'll take care of it. While I'm away, you all stay in the city and...
You really can't break old habits, can you? Rely more on those around you.
But this is...
We need to make extra sure that the food resources are safe.
That's all the motive we need. Come on, Kisara.
Thanks.
Be careful. That Zoogle really does pop up out of nowhere.
The merging of the twin worlds left Zoogles scattered all over. This has caused no end of trouble.
I wonder why Renan's lost the ability to control them.
In hindsight, our control was likely only made possible by Lenegus.
Huh?
What is it, Law?
I just got a kinda strange feeling.
Everything looks okay to me.
Was it just my imagination?